Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to set up the Google Maps location map widget and the Google Maps direction page so your visitors can actually generate custom directions to your place of business. So if you remember looking at on our home page here, we don't have our Google Maps widget added here yet. If we look at our our demo site here, you can see that we want to add it right here on the bottom right. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, create the location map page, which we did in a previous video. If you haven't created your location map page yet, go ahead and do that now. And once you have it created, you want to make sure that you have your address typed into the content of the page. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about here, go back and watch the page templates video, and you'll see me set up this page. So we have this page set up. The first thing you want to do is go under your WordPress dashboard, and we want to go under the widget section. So click on Appearance Widgets, and we're going to add it to the home page bottom right area of the site. And we want to drag over the widget called Contract Theme Dash Location Map. So go ahead and drag that over, and you can give it a title and call it whatever you want. You can see here we call it Our Location. You can call it whatever you want. We're just going to put Our Location just to keep things the same here. And here's where you actually select the page that you want to use for your location map. This is why you actually have to have the page created beforehand. So we're going to go ahead and select the page called Our Location, which we've already created, and we're going to click Save. Now we're halfway there. We go back to the home page. You can see that the Google Maps widget has been added, but of course it's not using any specific, it's not using a place. It's just giving you a generic point on a map. And if you click here to get directions, it links to our location map page, but it really doesn't have, it's not showing our our map, our place on the map. So what you need to do now is go under Contract Theme Settings. So go ahead and click on that, and you need to click on or expand the part called Location Map Settings. Now here is where we enter in all the details to make our map work. You can go ahead and skip the Google Maps API key unless you anticipate exceeding over 25,000 map loads per day, which means your site probably gets a ton of traffic. If you're just building a local site, then you probably won't need a Google Maps API key, so you can go ahead and skip this. But if you really feel you need one, you can go ahead and click on this link and find out how to get one. But otherwise, just go ahead and skip this. Disable mouse scroll. This is if you want to disable people from being able to pan around and scroll through your map. I like to leave that option, so I'm going to leave this unchecked, but of course you can check this if you want. Geotag. This is if you want to add a geotag to the head section of your website. Now zoom level, it could be a little tricky to get this right if you play around with it, but I recommend starting out to around 10. This will give you a nice zoom level, a nice little medium zoom level where people can actually see your place of business and a certain surrounding area, the surrounding roads and stuff like that. If you set this number too low, then people aren't really going to be able to see where you're actually located on the map. They're just going to see a really zoomed out map view, and they're not going to be able to see any of the details of the surrounding roads in your area. If you set this too high, then all they're going to see is the front door of your place of business, and that's it. So keep this at around 10 to start out and play with it from there. Here you can select your map type. We like to leave this on road map, but you can select the different types of Google Maps here if you want. Language, if you're in the US or any place that uses the English language, just put EN here. Or if you're in another country that uses another language, just go ahead and click this link here, and you can find a list of language codes to enter in here. You can actually find your language name here and then actually enter the corresponding language code over here. So since we're using English, we're going to put EN. Now address. Here's where you actually enter in the address of your business. Now this is pretty simple, but you have to keep it on one line of text. So we're just going to grab a demo address here, which happens to be the White House, and we're just going to copy the address, and we're just going to paste it in here, just like that. Okay, so enter in your address just like that, standard address format. Separate the state or the city from the state with a comma. Enter in your zip code, all that good stuff. And latitude and longitude. Now, don't let this scare you if you don't know how to get this information. It's really easy. All you need is your address, which is right here. Copy that. Go to getlatlon.com, which is basically right here, .com, getlatlon.com. And what you want to do is just paste in your address in here and just click on zoom to place. Now don't move this map, because once you do, you can notice down here we have our latitude and longitude numbers here, and they will actually change as we zoom the map. So don't zoom around. Make sure you just type in the address, your address, click zoom to place, and don't pan around. Just grab these numbers here. So the first one is the latitude. So go ahead and copy that number. Go back to our theme, and we're going to paste in our latitude number here. And for longitude, we're going to make sure you grab the negative, if you have a negative in your number here. So just go ahead and copy that with the negative symbol. And we're just going to paste it in under longitude. Now we should be all done. So we're going to click on Save Changes. And our location map settings are done. If we go back to our home page, you can see that our Google map has updated, and it now shows our location on a map. Now you can actually play with this zoom level like we were talking about, as you want. So let's go back to our location map settings. Let's say we wanted this to zoom in more. Let's click on like 15. See what that does. Save changes. Go back. You can see how it zooms in more here. That actually looks a lot better for our particular situation. Again, you're going to have to play with this to get it to where you want it. And we can also, change the different types of map we want to display here, but we're going to leave it. I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to click here to get directions. So this is what your visitor would do to get directions to your place of business. They're going to, once they click here to get directions, they're going to get taken to your location map page, and they're going to see a nice little map like this. And here's where they can actually, enter in their address. I'm just going to type in a bogus address here. So I've just generated a random address here. I'm going to head and grab the Lamborghini Beverly Hills car dealer address here. I'm going to type that in for our address. So this is what your visitors would actually be typing in for their address. Okay, so let's pretend that we're driving from this Lamborghini dealer. This is our address, okay, and we're trying to figure out how to get to your place of business. So we're going to click on Get Directions. And you can see that the directions have been automatically generated. You can see that we're driving from, Southern California all the way over to Washington, D.C. That's quite a drive. Obviously your clients would probably be driving, a shorter route. But again, Google Maps handles it, effortlessly either way. You can see all these directions have been generated. Now, obviously, if your visitor is local, their directions here are going to be a lot shorter. Instead of 26 different steps, there might be 2 or 3 or 5 different steps. Okay, so that's it for setting up the location map on your site, and have fun with it. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks. Bye.